Joining us to discuss this further is Jimmy Graham, former CIA protective officer, retired U.S. Navy SEAL, and founder and CEO of Able Shepherd. So, Jimmy, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us today. As you know, the man was ordered to drop his weapon, but he raised the shotgun to a shooting position, according to officials. Can we get your comments on the situation?
Yeah, that's kind of how that plays out. If you aim a firearm at law enforcement or Secret Service, you should expect to get neutralized. And I appreciate the fact that they use neutralize the threat. We train law enforcement and citizens, responsible citizens, regularly every day but Sunday, and that's the term we use. You shouldn't train people to kill someone, even for their own well-being. We neutralize the threat so that others may live. One, it's correct, and two, it's going to help out those officers that have to deal with those unfortunate instances, but they would do it again because they remember saving lives, not taking a life.
So on that point, do you think, was there any possibility of using less lethal options? Was that realistic at the time?
Not at all, not at all. Remember, those officers that are doing a job that's extremely hard because we're asking them to, because we don't want to or are not trained to, if you don't have the skills to do that, and you ask someone to go in your stead and do dangerous things, we forget that those are human beings. They could be fathers, they could be sons, all these things, and husbands. They get to go home too, right? So if you're playing around with less lethal, when someone else has a pump shotgun is a horrible, the capability of a shotgun, especially with the right munitions, they're nasty. It's just nasty, nasty. It's a lot of power. With great power comes great responsibility. I wrote an article about shotguns and called it exactly that. But those officers get to go home, and there's certain lines. And this gentleman crossed those lines, and it didn't work out for him. So I think people should understand this, like take this warning. Like if I throw a brick at a federal vehicle, I expect to go to jail. I actually must go to jail, or you set a precedent. If I aim a shotgun at people, I really do need to be shot, or else that precedent is that it's okay to aim shotguns at folks.
So, Jimmy, for me at least, this incident does bring to memory previous incidents, whether we're talking about the 2024 Butler rally shooting and then the Trump golf course plot by the alleged assassin and other recent attacks on officials. So we don't know the exact motives of this case, but just talk to us about what appears to be an escalating climate of violence, whether it's political or not.
Yeah, it's national. So there's an escalating. People are getting more angry. They're getting more violent. They're getting more crazy. So in the moment, it would be a mistake to try to figure this out. Like in the moment, yes, we got to get the clues and figure out what's going on. But I wouldn't waste time trying to make nonsense out of nonsense. Like crazy people are just going to crazy. That's what they're going to do, right? So this is what protection is. It's self-defense, and then stand in front of somebody else. These people, they would be what's called a perimeter and protection. Again, defend myself, but now stand in front. Say, to get to them, you have to go through me. So if you have gasoline, you're saying I'm going to burn stuff. Maybe that's property, maybe it's people. And if you have a shotgun, I'm going to shoot something, and we have to assume it's people. So if I can't protect myself from you and then stand in front of, let's say, Mar-a-Lago and the people within, then I'm not a very good protector. So in this case, it worked, but we need to be honest. In all those instances, why wasn't a better job done? So print the legend, or do you want the truth? So the truth is that there's holes. Well, Israel learned this, we learned this. It's like, hey, be honest and say, we've made mistakes, let's fix it. Around here, we say, show me. This whole don't tell me about security, show me that it's good and people don't get in.
Okay, I want to ask you about security. I don't know if you can answer this, but let me get your comments nevertheless. So we know the intruder reached the secure perimeter in a vehicle, right? We mentioned the shotgun, the fuel canister. So he did all this without being stopped. This certainly raises questions about maybe potential security gaps. Just your comments on this.
So this is just a crystal clear. I teach churches, schools, civic groups, law enforcement, all these folks. And I say in some kind of situation, in an emergency, so we're living in an emergency, whose job is security? And the answer should be everyone's. Everyone's. As I understand it, this person waited for someone to leave. When the gate was open, that's when they breached. Now, I don't know, that hasn't been confirmed, but security isn't just Secret Service. It's not just the police. It's not just the security guard at your kid's school. It's everyone's responsibility, which means if you're leaving, don't hold the door open for someone. Close the door. and then they have to get buzzed in so the security protocols can go. If I'm driving away from a gate, which I do regularly, I'm going to stop, not let people in on my exit, let the gate close so that they can chime in. So people are straight up lazy, thinking that the protection, we say take care of one another. That's everybody's job. It's not just Secret Service. It's not just security. It's not just law enforcement. It's every single human being's job to take care of other human beings. And we just need to start owning that, see what that looks like, and start taking care of one another.
Okay, Jimmy, well said as always. Thank you for speaking with us.
Honored. Thank you.